Hey guys, it's Emma here. So today I'm going to be doing a baking video, and this is the most easiest baking thing ever. I'm going to be making muffin cups with bananas in it, and it is so good and it's so easy to make, and because we cruise a lot, because we're continuously cruising, so this is amazing. If we just don't want to like make breakfast, we can just grab a muffin and go out cruising. So yeah, let's go. So the things you'll need, sorry about the cars, we're next to a road, but the things you'll need will be 1.5 cups of oats. Sorry about the dogs, they hear another dogs. 1.5 cup of oats. You can use ready oats or rolled oats. We're using ready oats right now, but you can use rolled oats. People do use rolled oats. Then you will need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I've got some baking powder right here. Then you will need Then you can also, with baking powder, you can also add half a teaspoon of cinnamon or nutmeg. I'm not going to use that because I don't like cinnamon. My mum does like it, but I don't like it. So you can add that as well. Then you'll need 1/4 teaspoon of some salt. We are using just some pink Himalayan salt because we have that, but you can just use some normal salt. And then for the wet ingredients, you'll need half a cup of bananas. We are using 2 bananas right here. We're using 2 bananas here, but these are actually quite browned. The browner the banana, the sweeter the banana. The less ripe the banana, the more chewy I think it is. But we've got quite ripe bananas here. Then you'll need 1 egg. So then you'll need 3/4 cup of milk and some chocolate chips. You don't have to use chocolate chips. You can use nuts like almonds. You can use blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. But I'm using chocolate chips today. And we're actually halving this recipe. It did make 12 muffins, but we've got a 6 pan and it's way smaller because we don't eat that many. So you can half it or you can use the same recipe, but let's go. And also you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 Fahrenheit or 180 Celsius or gas mark volt. We're using the 180 Celsius because we've got a Celsius cooker. So let's get mixing. So now you're going to want to spray your muffin trays. We are using silicone because silicone's way easier, and you can tell these are being used a bit, but we're just going to spray it with some, I'm just going to spray it with some sunflower oil, but you can use butter, coconut oil, anything you want. But I'm just going to spray these with some oil, and now let's start combining our ingredients. So the first thing you're going to want to add is your oats. I'm just going to put this in a bowl. And then you are going to want to put 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Then you're going to want to just put some salt in there, and you need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm just gonna eyeball it a bit. I think that's good. Now we're gonna mix this, and after we mix it, we are going to move on to our wet ingredients. So now moving on to our wet ingredients, you're going to want to mash up your 2 bananas right here. You can see them. So I'm going to start off with this one. Now bananas, as I told you, the browner the banana, the sweeter banana, and these bananas are actually quite brown, luckily. And you're just going to want to chop, just break these up into smaller bits so it's easier to mash. And I'm using a fork. But I'm using a fork because that's the easiest method to use when you're mashing bananas. And you can see this actually has a bit of a brown spot, so that's always good. And you just finish peeling. now we're gonna mash this banana, and don't make no mistake, when we first made these, I added the milk first, and they were actually quite hard to mash, so always add your bananas first so they're not as hard. So my bananas are all nicely mashed up. Now I'm going to add 1 egg. And just crack this on the side. Oh, flip. Oh my gosh, this is a bad crack. Oh wow, okay. Let's put that in the bowl. With my hands. And then you're going to want to add 3/4 cup of milk right here. And now you're going to want to mix this up. So now this is all mixed up, I'm going to, let me move this out of the way. I'm going to get my dry ingredients and pour my wet into the dry. So I've added that, and now I'm going to mix this up. And before I mix it up properly, I'm just going to add my chocolate chips. You can sprinkle these on top, but I like adding them in, and I'm using this whole packet because you can never have too many chocolate chips in my world. But now I'm just gonna mix this up. And it wasn't in the recipe, but I'm just gonna add a lid full because vanilla is amazing and I love it. So this is optional, you don't have to, but I just love vanilla so much, I'm just gonna add it in. So now I'm going to put my mixture into the cake thing, and I'm actually using a ice cream scoop. The ice cream scoop is way easier to put my things in without using a spoon. So I'm just going to my cake thing and now just pop the mixture in. These muffin trays are quite small, so I'm just gonna fill it up kind of to the top a bit, so then they rise nicely and I don't have to do in batches and waste gas. So I'm just gonna add this in. So these are the muffins out of the oven and it's still quite warm and they smell and look so good. I'm just popping one of them out. Oh, the bottom broke. But this is what it looks like. It smells so good, especially with the chocolate chips. It makes it smell so delicious and they're so moist, and these are perfect for when we don't want to have to make breakfast, when we're continuously cruising, and we just want to grab something on the go so we don't have to make breakfast. And these are the perfect things and they're just so good. So that's one. And here, oh, muffin down. These are what they look like. I hope you can see them. They look so good. I wish this camera had smell-o-vision because it smells so good. And my favorite way to enjoy this is to get a muffin. So I get some Nutella, spread it on. Nutella everywhere here, but and it tastes so good, like this. Tastes so good. This is amazing. So these muffins are definitely amazing, and you don't have to put chocolate chips in them, you can put anything you want. And these would be amazing with peanut butter, and if you cut it in half, peanut butter and Nutella, peanut butter and Nutella muffin, that would be amazing. But I definitely recommend these if you're really busy and you just don't want to have to cook a proper breakfast. These are just amazing. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and comment down below what you'd like to see next. And see you later. Bye. This is definitely a good day for baking because it's raining, it's cold, it's gloomy, and we get to have a fire on. And we're next to Rose right now, but it's the perfect day. So the oven heats up the kitchen, and the fire heats up the other room.